What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Dad Does Videos. Today you're gonna love this. So, we do laundry every day in our house like a lot of you out there, and the best is when this happens, when you go to open your door, right? Awesome. The door just falls right off. We have a Maytag. I'm going to show you how to fix this. First, you have to figure out what the heck is going on and then probably order some parts. But really all you need is a screwdriver or a drill if you run into the same situation I did. So first things first here, as you can see, this is the hinge that holds the door on and allows the door to kind of go back and forth, open and close. And if you look closely here, the tops and bottoms of both of these, usually there's like a pin sticking out on both sides, they just snapped off for whatever reason. And it's not like we're hard on things, but they snapped right off. And here's the part of the door that hinge attaches to. So those pins that broke off, they go into these little white holes right here, and there's one up there, and there's another one up there. So the first thing you need to do is make sure that these aren't cracked inside, because if they are, then you need to order those as well as this new hinge. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So find a nice flat surface anywhere you want. You could probably put a towel underneath this. That's what I'm going to do in a second. But given the configuration and all the different screws here, take a picture of your inside of your door so you remember which screws go where. That is going to play a big factor later on when you try to put this all back together again and you're like, wait a second, which of these go in which of these places, since there are probably like 20 some screws here. Okay, so just to get you prepped and knowing what you'll need, some of these screws are just your standard Phillips head that you'll need, but other ones are these ones that look like stars. So what you'll need to do with these, and there are probably like 10 of them, is get a drill bit that looks like this. Okay, so once you get all the screws out, you can just pick up the gray part. Just be careful because it's heavy and you've got some glass underneath. Okay, so here is what it should look like after you get the gray part off, right? And remember, this is our piece right here that we have to check to make sure these white parts are still intact. So we simply get our screwdriver and unscrew these screws to detach these two pieces and take a look inside. So here is a look at the piece after we've taken the screws out. And as you can see, you just separate these. You can see we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. These all look like they're in good shape. They're not broken at all, so we don't need to order these. We just need to order that hinge. So we're gonna put all this stuff back together and then make the order for the hinge. Okay, so when you are putting these kind of brackets back on, just a little tip here, these go underneath and they slide in that little socket right where that piece of glass is. Right here, that's kind of a way to make sure you're doing it right. Just slide it in there, and then what you'll need to do as this is on here is put your screws back in while holding this in place like this, and you'll need to do the same thing on the other side too. Okay, so once you have checked out what you need, you're ready to order, right? So the hinge, as you can see here, is about 80 bucks or so. And I've looked at a few different places and they're all around the same price. I got mine from appliancepros.com. And here's an image of the pin bushing, or the pin covers as I've referred to them. Hopefully you don't need these, but if you do, here's how to order them. $16.80 a pop is a little bit on the expensive side for me, but at the same time, it's better than buying a whole new dryer. So once that new hinge arrives, it's time to finish up this project. And the first thing you're gonna wanna do is just remove the old broken hinge from the door. As you can see here, here are the star looking screws. They're called Torx screws. I think I failed to mention that earlier. But if you don't get these, you can just go to your local Lowe's, Home Depot, and buy screwdrivers that look like that, or the drill bits. But just take these off, keep the screws, but you can remove the actual hinge. All right, so just a little tip here. After you get your screws out, don't pull out on this. I think that's the natural inclination for people to do. But what you actually have to do is push up and then pull out. That's the way it works. So you're gonna follow the same process that we did before in removing all these screws from your dryer door. Okay, so once you get everything disassembled again, remember this was on top right here, and these white caps were in here. So you wanna get your new hinge and put it in, just like put your new caps on top of the pins, and then just lay it in like that. And what we're gonna do next is put our cover piece back on, so those lay right in there, and the new hinge is secured to this bracket. Okay, here's what your hinge should look like now, back installed on the bracket. And then we are just going to put the door back together just like we did before. Just be careful with the glass and make sure the brackets go in the right way. Again, just the same way we did when we were checking those pin covers. Okay, so here's what your hinge should look like once you've got it back installed on your door. Just thought I'd give you kind of a sneak peek as we're going along here and putting things back together. Okay, so here is a look at the door installed with everything back on. As you can see here, we've got our hinge ready to go. And the nice thing about when you put this back on, if you'll recall, when we took this out, we kind of slid it up and then off. So when you put it back in, of course, you'll do it in the reverse section, but what it allows you to do is not have somebody else hold the door for you. Now, of course, you want to be careful, because if you knock it a little bit, it might come out, but the hinge will stay on the door because of these hooks right here. So we're gonna put the hinge back in. I'll show you what that looks like, and then we're gonna use those 4 screws that we took out from the old hinge and use them to install this new one. Okay, as you can see here, I slid the hinge right back in. It's on there and it's hanging there without any screws in it at all. And what I'm gonna do is just put the screws back in again that I took off for the old hinge, and we should be in business. Okay, so we have our 4 screws back in, and we'll give you the live look at the first time I try to close the door and see if this all works and nothing falls apart. Looks like we're in good shape. Yep. We'll even turn it on with nothing in it. Yep. We are good to go. Thanks for watching.